Biopic films often have to balance the desire for entertainment with the need for accuracy and truth-telling. Filmmakers might take artistic liberties with the truth in order to make a more compelling story or to emphasize certain themes or ideas. The question is, though, how responsible are the filmmakers to stick to the facts, and what ethical considerations are involved in making and consuming biopics? Immanuel Kant would argue that truth-telling is a moral imperative, as lying or distorting the truth is inherently unethical. In his essay on a supposed right to tell lies from benevolent motives, he argues that even if the lie could prevent harm or promote good, it will still be immoral because it violates the principle of honesty. David Fincher's The Social Network depicts the founding of Facebook and the life of Mark Zuckerberg. The film has received critical acclaim, however, Zuckerberg himself has criticized the film, saying in a public Q&A,
I think the reality is that writing code and building a product and then building a company actually is not a glamorous enough thing to make a movie about. So you can imagine that a lot of the stuff they probably had to embellish and make up. It was interesting. They went out of their way in the movie to try to get some interesting details correct, like the design of the office, but on the overarching plot in terms of, why we're building Facebook to help connect the world, or how we did it, they just kind of made up a bunch of stuff that I found kind of hurtful, right? And so the thing that I found the most interesting about the movie was that they kind of made up this whole plot line about how I somehow decided to create Facebook to, I think, attract girls.
Linking back to Kant's theory, the principle of exaggerating the truth and creating false narratives within the film can be seen as being unethical. The film's screenwriter, Aaron Sorkin, has defended the film's accuracy, but has also admitted that the filmmakers took liberties with some of the details. If a filmmaker's job is to tell a compelling story, then a biopics, in a general sense, always going to have an essence of being unethical. Biopic films often depict real people who are still alive or have recently passed away. This raises ethical questions about the filmmakers' obligations to respect the privacy and dignity of their subjects and the subjects' families. Filmmakers might need to obtain consent from the subjects or their families in order to portray them on screen. Even if consent is obtained, there may be ethical questions about the exploitation of someone's life story for profit. Countless biopic films and TV shows have been scrutinized for their lack of respect to private events and reproducing traumatic events for the purpose of entertainment. A recent example of this would be the series Pam Tommy. Pam Tommy tells the story of the infamous Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee sex tape and the fallout following it being stolen and published online. In a Variety interview released in 2023, Pamela Anderson addressed the subject, saying,
I don't know. I just think it was interesting to hear about it. Didn't make me happy. No. Assholes. Oh, not assholes, but just salt on the wound. Not necessary.
The showrunners and cast have continuously stated their intention was to do right by her. In an article for Entertainment Weekly, showrunner D.V. DeVincentis said, "We particularly wanted to let Pamela Anderson know that this portrayal was very much a positive thing and that we cared a great deal about her and wanted her to know that the show loved her." Hulu could tell the story with or without Pamela Anderson's permission because they obtained the right to the 2014 Rolling Stone article by Amanda Chicago Lewis about the story behind the theft of the tape. John Stuart Mill's ethical theory emphasizes the importance of individual liberty and autonomy. In On Liberty, he argues that individuals should be free to pursue their own interests and live their lives as they see fit, as long as they do not harm others. This might suggest that filmmakers should obtain consent from the subjects of biopics in order to respect their autonomy. Biopic films can sometimes feel like voyeuristic glimpses into the lives of others. This raises ethical questions about the exploitation and objectification of the subjects of biopics. Filmmakers might be tempted to use someone's life story for their own financial gain, or to reduce complex individuals to one-dimensional caricatures. Filmmakers may also take lives of others and glamorize their actions for entertainment purposes. Martha Nussbaum's ethical theory emphasizes the importance of empathy and compassion. In her book, Creating Capabilities, she argues that individuals should be valued for their humanity and their unique experiences, which might suggest that filmmakers should take care to portray the subjects of biopics as complex individuals, rather than reducing them to simplistic stereotypes or romanticizing individuals instead of criticizing them. Martin Scorsese's The Wolf of Wall Street depicts the life of Jordan Belfort, a stockbroker who engaged in illegal activities. The film has been criticized for glamorizing Belfort's crimes and for failing to adequately portray the harm that he caused to others. Although the film highlights a horrid and perplexed look at wealth, at the same time, the questionable and criminal actions of Belfort are glamorized to an endless extent, portraying the narrative as one to lust over. Nussbaum's ethical theory emphasizes the need for social justice and inclusive development, which involves promoting equal opportunities and reducing inequalities. The behavior and attitudes displayed in the film are contrary to these principles. Nussbaum's capability approach underscores the significance of recognizing and respecting the inherent dignity of individuals. However, The Wolf of Wall Street portrays a culture of objectification, misogyny, and dehumanization, where individuals are reduced to mere means of personal gain. This disregards the principle of treating others with dignity and respect. When examining the ethical implications of biopic films, it becomes evident that they often grapple with issues of accuracy and truth, privacy and consent, as well as exploitation and objectification. The 3 case studies discussed shed light on the challenges faced by filmmakers in navigating these ethical considerations. Filmmakers should strive for accuracy, obtain informed consent, and avoid exploiting and objectifying their subjects. By doing so, they can create biopics that are more ethically responsible and respectful of the individuals whose lives they portray.